it's hard. I'm like, great, that little girl gotta do what I say.
Oh, that's tough. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we back. All right. Today we're gonna do a quick story time. This story time is gonna be about me going to the BET Awards, the second time in 2023. Let's just get right into it. So, just to give a little bit of context, the first time I went to the BET Awards, it was in 2019. It was because I was being honored for the work that I did with that company right there, if you can see it, Dream Hustle Code, right? My organization. And so the head of media sales at BET invited me, woo woo woo. He became my mentor, great friends. He's now family, dang near, and we do business together. So he hit me up like a week before the BET Awards. He was like, yo, he actually had his assistant reach out to me. He's like, Ian, we got free tickets to the BET Awards. Do you want to come? And I was like, let's see. And they're like, we'll fly you out to come out. I'm like, oh, say less, I'll be there. It's free? Okay, you know I'm gonna be there. Plus business opportunity. You know I'm gonna be there. Best believe I'm gonna be there. So we get there. The first couple days, I was chilling in the hotel room. Wasn't really much to do. Mainly because I wasn't trying to get out the house. I got bored. It is what it is. And so the day before the BET Awards, they had like this thing at this House of BET spot. I put a couple pictures on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. There was supposed to only be 1,000 people there, but they invited 15,000 people there. How they managed that, I don't know. Mind you, this is in LA, so you know everybody gonna pop out because of the BET Awards. So we get there, obviously, you know, I got into the shuttle, we got there early, woo woo. At the House of BET Awards, it was people performing. So like, while Lynette was there, the whole entire cast, Justina, Emmanuel Hudson, the whole entire cast was there. But then they had started some people performing. I forgot who was there. I think it was Rich the Kid, Kevin Gates. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of concerned when Kevin Gates started performing. In fact, I was talking to the person that put on the event. I was like, you got Kevin Gates coming? She was like, yeah, why? What's the problem? I'm like, that man is wild. You might want to be careful with this one. So she's like, wait, should I be worried? I'm like, oh, maybe. But he didn't do too much. You know, he didn't do too much. Who else was there? Bow Wow was there. Snoop Dogg was there. And a couple other people. I'm forgetting the names, but it was a lot of hits. It was a lot of people that making hits in the building. So we got in late. We was tired. The next day, which was Sunday, the BET Awards, was the finale. Basically, everything led up to this day and this moment, right? So you know me, I had to come to impress. Now, for me personally, since it was such short notice, the last time I went to the BET Awards, I had like a whole month to prepare so I could go get some outfits, so I could do this. I had like a week and I had to schedule flights. I didn't get my sister. Like, it was a lot. Plus, I was already doing stuff. So I didn't really have time to go out and buy too much. So I was like, all right, let me just see what I got at the crib so I can make something nice. And I did that. I'm gonna put a couple pictures on the screen so you can see what I wear. At the beginning of the day, we had to go to this brunch, right? It was basically a business brunch with all the sponsors, all important people who basically put on events or give money to put on events, put it that way. So we did that. I met a lot of people, met my good folks at McDonald's. I met some people at Infinity. Shout out to Mr. Carr, my mentor, the one who invited me there. He was the one that put on the whole entire brunch. So yeah, cool. It was great. Got to see my peoples, Miss Crystal, Miss Laura, Miss Mike, Mr. Cole, everybody, right? So we had a good time. I met a couple people, great connections, great people to meet with in the future. Woo, woo, woo. Great time. Family affair, kind of like a family reunion. All right, so we fast forward, right? Mind you, we're off. I'm only off for like 5-6 hours of sleep, so I'm tired. My sister, she went back-to-back nights staying up 3 a.m. in the morning, and she still, you know, she didn't have to work because it was a weekend, but she had to get up. So we go back to the telly. My sister put on all this makeup, right? I put a picture on the screen, boom. But yeah, she put on all this makeup. She had all this stuff on her face, and she was like, boo, I gotta do this. I gotta take a shower. She wanted to go see her friend. I'm like, Tyler, the BET Awards is 3 hours away. You wanna go see your friend? And she talking about she gonna have to take 2 hours to get dressed. She talking about going to leave to go see her friend 3 hours before the event. I'm like, Tyler, what are you doing? But that's neither here nor there. Still love you, Chanel. But anyway, so she went to go see her friend. My man Ben, we was chilling in the hotel room. I took a nap. He took a nap. Woo, woo, woo. So we wake up, get dressed, etc. Your boy had to get fit. He got right, nice all black suit with the sunglasses, nice shoes. Bam. You know what I'm saying? I had to look good for it. You know, I didn't want to stunt too much. I'm gonna do that next time, but this time let me just look like a nice young man, a nice presentable young man. And so yeah, we did that. Went after I woke up, started getting dressed, took a shower. Of course, Chanel was taking 2 hours to get dressed, put an hour worth of makeup on. It was a lot, but I know you gotta get dolled up, get pretty, but you should not have gone to see a friend. It's all good. I'm stressing myself out talking about this. But anyway, so right, we getting dressed, Ben gets ready. I'm like, yo, we got like 20 minutes to get there, because I knew it was gonna be a long line, because this time we wasn't going on a red carpet. So I'm like, all right, we just gonna have to go through the crowd. I'm already knowing. Tyler's like, no. My mom and dad like, no, we don't have to be there early. I'm like, let's go, because I'm trying to get inside early. So I'm like, you know what, forget all this. I'm not gonna wait. I take Ben, I'm like, all right, let's get up out of there, let's go. So we get there, right? I didn't record this, I should have recorded this. But we get there, mind you, the hotel we were staying at was right across the street from the theater that the BET Awards is at. It's like the Microsoft Theater, I think it is. So as soon as we get outside, right in front of the freaking building, it was like at least 500 or 400 people just standing outside. Now, mind you, I thought all these people had tickets. Apparently, all those people were just standing outside hoping to get a ticket so they could get inside. So like, I'm like, dude, wait a minute. Well, so once I realized that, I'm like, why don't we just walk in front of everybody? So we literally had it was a bunch of people here, and there was a fence. They were standing right next to the fence. So what I had to do was I was like, Ben, let's just go skate past the fence and get to the ropes so we can get in the building. So we skate past the ropes. I see my man Travis. I'm like, yo, it's a bunch of people over there. People wearing 8-inch platforms, dudes 6'5". They got bodyguards everywhere. I'm like, yo, I need to get up in here. So past the ropes, I'm like, my man Travis. I'm yelling, Travis. He finally points me out. He's like, yo, come through. So we get on the ropes. We finally make it in the building after like 10 minutes. It was like, man, it was chaotic. All right, so we get in the building, right? Here's what the building looks like. Lobby looking good, a lot of great people, great looking individuals, black people. I also saw some other races, but my peoples was looking great, looking amazing for the occasion. Ooh, rhyming accidentally. So look, we get there, right? So mind you, I already knew there were gonna be a lot of celebrities there, again, because I had been there before. This was Ben's first time, but we knew it was what was gonna happen. So we go to our seats, we sit, so facing the stage, we sat all the way to the right. Okay, and this is gonna play a key factor into what happens later. We start walking down, we see some people, I'm like, oh, yo, what's good, man? How you doing? I saw some people I knew, shake hands, kiss babies, woo, woo, give hugs, etc. So as we walk down, I'm like, yo, is that Boosie? I'm like, is that Boosie? You know what I'm saying? I thought he was just, you know what I'm saying? I thought he was just, so I'm like, that's Boosie. So I'm like, Ben, let's go over and say what's up. So Ben goes over to take a picture. One thing about me, right? He takes his picture. One thing about me, I don't like being a fan when it comes to celebrities. I genuinely just like getting to know people, right? So I would rather just have a conversation. The problem is I probably should have had somebody record this conversation because nobody was gonna believe me. But it happened. So I go up to Boosie. I'm like, yo, Mr. Boosie, I got a question for you. If you could give advice to your 18-year-old self, what advice would you give? He's like, man, you just gotta lock in and stay focused. Now, mind you, this is Boosie. He's not just gonna talk regularly. He's acting crazy, wild. He looked like he was a little lit already. So he was like, yeah, man, you gotta lock in and stay focused. Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, so when did you lock in and stay focused? He was like, when I was 23 and I made my first million. I'm like, So we had that conversation. We go find our seats. It was like a couple rows in front of him. We sit down. So I'm like, all right, cool. This what the venue looking like, looking nice, looking beautiful. Considering the amount of time they had to put this event on, they did a phenomenal job. And it was, I feel like, honestly, I feel like this was one of the best shows, mainly because it felt authentic, it felt real. There were a lot of mess ups, but it's okay. We knew it was gonna mess up, and I thought it was still a good show. So we get there, we sit down, they start telling people the program, who's gonna be on, woo, 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 what's happening, etc. And so I noticed there's this dude sitting on a platform above everybody else. I'm like, who is that? Then they start playing the music. I'm like, oh, yo, he got Uzi. Now, mind you, I was furious because the night before he was at Summer Smash performing. If you know me, you know that Little Uzi is my favorite rapper. So I was pissed I missed out on him the night before. Well, he had the BET Awards performing. I'm like, oh, so he performing some stuff off Pink Tape, performing just on the rack. I'm like, let's go. You feel what I'm saying? I was hype. You know what I'm saying? And so music starts playing. You got OGs back in the day, because this is 50th anniversary of hip hop. So they playing music from like 50 years ago, 40, 30. They just going through the timeline, right, to today's. And then they got to that one song, the one that goes, you got what I need. Everyone in the crowd is singing this because everyone knows the lyrics. But then you hear this loud mouth man, all right, in the back going, you got what I need. And he just being obnoxious. I'm gonna play the clip real quick.
Rest in peace, Bismarck.
So yeah, this man Boosie, again, lit as ever, singing the lyrics out loud and just being obnoxious but hilarious at the same time, right? He was tweaking all, he was basically like this with every song. Then his song started playing and he started going crazy, right? So song started playing, going crazy. And everybody in the audience, he having a great time, going crazy, dancing. Everybody in the audience just starts joining him and recording, woo woo woo, etc. I'll put the clip on screen. But yeah, so he was having a great time. He was having a marvelous time. Yeah, the night goes on. We saw Coco Jones get the award. Shout out to Coco, we love you. And the best thing of that night, in my opinion, was when Offset and Takeoff came out. You know what I'm saying? They came out representing the Migos. And it was beautiful because they had Offset and they had Quavo on the ends, and they had that little beaming down in the middle. And it was kind of like a signal, like, dang, Takeoff is still with us. Rest in peace, long live Takeoff. But yeah, they played one song and they played Bad and Bougie. You know me, I was turning up in the crowd because you know Bad and Bougie used to be my song. Every time back in 2016, 2017, you know, when I was hooping, all they played was Bad and Bougie. I was going crazy in the crowd, Ben going crazy in the crowd, Tyler going crazy in the crowd. I'm having a good time, enjoying myself. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was a great tribute, you know. The Migos, the brothers, or the cousins, or family, friends, whatever you want to call them, they had beef. Takeoff died. Then they had still going through that rough patch. But it's good to see that they, you know, figured everything out and was able to hash out all the little beefs that they had. Lotto started performing. She did a phenomenal job. She also won her award too. And then I heard, it was like rumors about this. I heard this from like 3 different people. I wasn't sure if it was true, but I heard that Chief Keef was gonna perform. And if you know about this, Chief Keef performing, you know this is a big deal because he had been banned from BET for like 9 years. So I don't know who was responsible. I don't know if it was because the writers wasn't there, was on strike. I don't know if it's because rumors of Tyler Perry buying BET, but they unbanned him and he started performing. He started going crazy. I'm a gorilla in a cool, pull up in the zoo. Who is you? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it was a great time. Then we saw T.I. perform. That was nice. We saw Glorilla perform. I met her in person at the Super Bowl before. A cool person, cool, genuine individual. Shout out to her. And the crazy thing about it was, y'all didn't get a chance to see what happened in the crowd. There was a lot happening that night in the crowd. Number one, unfortunately, Uzi and JT got into a fight. We ain't gonna talk about that. They made up. It is what it is. Toxic love. You love to see it. But they're back now. It doesn't matter. And then what's the name? Sexy Red, her song came on. She's like, I'm out of town, they on my rounds, you know what I'm saying? And she was in the audience, but she wasn't on stage. So it's like, she was in the audience on the left side. Mind you, I didn't see this, but I could hear it because everybody in the audience starts turning up. She stand up, start performing, not on stage, put in the audience during the commercial break. And it just starts going crazy. I don't know if I got a clip about this. It might be somewhere we gonna see if we can figure it out. But yeah, vibes was great. I saw somebody on Twitter that said this was good, but I think it was ghetto. I think Ice Spice said that. That was true. It was a great show, a little ghetto, but overall vibes was amazing. A lot of stuff was happening that night. But yeah, Ice Spice performed. She did her thing. Who else? Coyle Ray performed. She did her thing. Also Busta Rhymes, he got awarded. What was it? He got his award. I forgot the name of it, but he gave this long speech. They was like, you got 2 minutes to speak. He spoke for like 12 minutes. So I'm like, all right, but he gave some empowering words. Shout out to Mr. Busta Rhymes. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot how many hits Busta Rhymes is. Mind you, I'm not that old, right? So Busta Rhymes was way before I even was born. You feel what I'm saying? But I forgot how many hits he had. I'm like, dang, I'm knowing half of these songs. I'm like, oh my goodness, he got some hits. Like going crazy. So yeah, they started going crazy, performing the songs, and then at the end of the night, we thought it was gonna be over after Busta Rhymes. So like, I don't know if I recorded this, but half the audience just started leaving, right? Because after Busta, that was the perfect ending. They could have just ended the show like that, and it would have been good. But as BET fashion, they always extend a little bit longer. Hey, can't complain about that. Get a little bit more content, but people was tired. We was standing up, sitting down. Yeah, and so they ended the night off on a good note. They actually, you know, the national black anthem to wrap up a party, you know what I'm saying? Or at least turn the party up. Sometimes it just depends on the flow. But you know they always gonna play this at one point or another. They play Swag Surfer, you feel what I'm saying? So they got the crowd hype. They play a little bit of classics, songs that you could dance to. Overall, it was a great show. You know, amazing. I love the fact that they had some speakers on there, but they really did a lot of performances. I think it was like 40 different people that performed that night. I'm not gonna talk about all of them, but yeah, I enjoyed the show. Had a phenomenal time, great experience. But after that, we ended up going to this dinner. I didn't record anything from that dinner because, you know, it was dinner. I was hungry. I met some good peoples over there. Got to see my mentor. Got to see all my peoples over at BET, McDonald's, etc. Shout out to y'all. And yeah, it was a great overall night. One to remember. You know, I'm really glad I did go on the trip. This is just the beginning, y'all. But we went to the BET Awards twice. We're going to be going back 3 times. And the next time I will be on the red carpet with a different fit. We come in different with this one. So we got a lot of work to do. But yeah, that was my personal experience at the BET Awards. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure, if you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe. If you didn't like it, dislike it. All right. It gives me good feedback. I don't know. Just let me know. Be brutally honest in the comments. And if you watch to the end of this video, let me know what's your favorite flavored drink. With that being said, be sure to wash your hands, brush your teeth, and take a shower, because I know some of y'all need it. But with that being said, I love y'all so much, and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.